Hi, welcome. What's for tea with Tracy? Today we're doing tandoori lamb skewers with Indian fried rice. So I thought there's something you could do on the weekend because it takes a couple of hours to marinate the lamb. So what we're doing, we've got a kilo of diced lamb. We're going to put that in a bowl. I'll just open it up. So it's a kilo of diced lamb. These little packets are a bit icky, aren't they?
Yep, hate them. Now, is this something you could do in the morning and leave in the fridge?
Yes, this is something you can do in the morning and leave in the fridge.
So it'd be ready when you got home?
Ready when you got home. So for the recipe, it's a kilo of lamb, but because there's more of us today, I am using more. Okay, so I'm making 10 skewers today, so it's just over a kilo of lamb. And if I have any extras, then that's fine. But if you, normally you do it, normally what you do, it will be 2 skewers per person. This is something you can do on the weekend because you need to marinate it for 2 hours. So you need a tub of yoghurt, which is 200 grams of yoghurt.
Is it any particular kind of yoghurt?
Any yoghurt will do. So I'm just using...
Does it have to be Greek?
Yes, it has to be Greek yoghurt because it's got the flavour. So we'll put that in.
Wouldn't it be awful if you put strawberry yoghurt on by mistake?
It wouldn't be good. Imagine that. Oh my gosh, that would be...
They're interesting skewers.
Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to wash
Tandoori strawberry skewers.
Tandoori quarter skewers. Alright. And I've got my quarter cup of tandoori paste. This is the brand that you can buy either at Woolies as well as Coles. So you add that to the meat. And of course, so a quarter of a cup, which is about a big tablespoon. If you don't have it at home, tablespoon. So a quarter of a cup of tandoori paste. So that's what it looks like, and then we're going to get mixing. So we're going to put the lamb.
Smells good.
It does smell good, doesn't it? Oh, yum. Okay, so we've got the lamb here. Mix it all up so it's evenly coated. It's a bit of a messy job.
Could you do this with your hands?
Yeah, you could do it with your hands.
I think if I did, I'd have gloves on.
Yeah, because
You end up with the orange hands.
You end up with orange hands, absolutely, for sure. All right, so that is that. So we are going to put that in the fridge. This is something you might want to make on a Saturday night. You know, if I'm going to do them in the frying pan, you could easily do these on the barbecue. So this is something that takes a little bit of time. I thought I'd do something for the weekend instead of something, even though it's quick once you get it done. So we're going to put that in the fridge for 2 hours, covered with Glad wrap, and then we'll come back and then we'll do the skewers and cook them. So we'll see you soon. So we've got the lamb out. It's been marinating for 2 hours, so that's what it looks like in the fridge. And we're going to be putting on our skewers. Now for the rice, I'm going to be making Indian rice. So we're going to be doing an omelette that we're going to cut up as well. And for the rice, you're going to be needing spinach leaves, curry leaves, turmeric. Is it turmeric? Turmeric, garlic, gram masala, coriander seeds, cumin seeds, and we're going to be cooking it with ghee. And a red onion and cauliflower and frozen peas that I have in the fridge. But we'll get onto our lamb first. So I'm going to put some gloves on so I don't get all my fingers, orange. And we'll be cooking the lamb in the frying pan. As I said, you could do it on the barbecue. So we'll be cooking the lamb in the frying pan, and then while we're making the rice, we'll put it in the oven and cover it with foil. So I am going to do the skewers, and then I will cook them and then put them in the oven, and then we'll make a start on the rice. Okay, so we've got our skewers. Get these skewers from anywhere. I'm using the wooden ones because I'm not using the barbecue, but if you are cooking on the barbecue, just wet them. Okay, so I reckon about 5 5 per skewer. What do you think, Carolyn?
I don't know. Maybe if you try 5.
We'll try. We'll see how it is. If we run low, then we'll do. Because that's the first one. I also wanted to talk to you today. I watched a fantastic documentary on SBS called Lost for Words, and oh my God, it was so good. It's about adult low literacy. So it was so interesting. So do yourself a favour and check it out. Here at Eastern Regional Libraries, we're really passionate about literacy, and Lost for Words was about adult low literacy and how people cope with it. One of the things that they did was they had to make a shopping list and go to the supermarket and pick out, you know, what was on the list, and it was such a struggle just to pick a cup, just to look for stuff like for spices and things, and you know what a struggle is for people for low literacy when they actually do go to the supermarket and they actually have to find spices. You know, it must be it's very overwhelming, and the series really touched me, and I thought it was a fantastic series. And I know that sometimes if you've got low literacy, or you know that someone's got low literacy, coming into a library can seem overwhelming, but we are so passionate here at Eastern Regional Libraries about literacy, and we want you to know this is a safe, supported, non-judgmental space that you can come into. We can put you down the right path for literacy courses that you can do. We have books that we're geared for literacy. We just want you to start the conversation, you know. Maybe there's some suggestions you can give us, what you would like us to do. How can we approve it? How can you approve something to make it more welcoming for you to come in? So I just wanted to touch on that, just let you know how passionate we are about literacy, and let you know that it's a safe, supported, non-judgmental space for you to come in. So if you want to, please watch the documentary on SBS called Lost for Words. It really touched me. You know, they had goals that they had to do, and you know, how proud they were when they achieved the simplest things. Like one of the guys, all he wanted to do was go to a restaurant and read the menu to his fiancée, and when he achieved that, it was a 9-week program that they did, when he achieved that, how proud he was of himself. It was such a touching, eye-opening documentary. So do yourself a favour and watch it. Here we go. So I'm doing about 5 pieces. If we need, we can add more on, can't we? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to do 10 skewers today. So I've done 3 so far, and then we're going to fry them up. This actually, Carolyn brought this recipe to my attention. So thanks, Carolyn, which we thought we'd do something different, didn't we? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got a kilo, just over a kilo of lamb, because there's more of us than normal. Well, not more of us than normal, but yeah, okay, so I'm going to be doing 10 skewers. The kilo serves 4, is that right? Yeah, the kilo would serve 4, so we just need a little bit more. Okay, so I've done, I think that's a pretty good skewer, and yep. if I got stuff left over, I will just make skewers and take them home tonight. If you want to, I suppose the recipe doesn't do it, but if you felt like it, I suppose you could always put peppers between them, or veggies. Mm-hmm. You know the peppers, you know how you get that? Or onion. Ah, yes, or onion. Okay. I hope everyone's been enjoying what I've been making for everybody. I know we've been enjoying eating it, haven't we? We certainly have. Here we go. So, a little bit of drizzle. You don't want too much oil in the pan. Just to cover it. And then we get our skewers. Just lay them like that. Can you hear them sizzle, 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 girls? And boys. And boys. Okay. I'm not going to be able to fit all 10 in pan. You don't want to overcrowd it. So what I'll do is I'll cook the first few, and then I'll cook the others. Smells good already. It smells fantastic, doesn't it? I also too, I forgot to mention as well, I've got cooked black rice. I never can pronounce it. Basmati. Basmati rice. So there's 3 cups of Basmati rice. I've got a little bit more for us because we've got more people today. And I'll be doing that in the wok. on the gas cooker. Turning over our skewers. See how they're browning? Oh. They do tend to split a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so what we might do is we might come back and have a look at the lamb skewers once we've finished cooking them. We'll see you soon. We've finished cooking that now, so we're going to just put that in the oven. So that's cooked. See how it's nice and brown? I'm going to cover it with foil and put it in the oven while I cook the rice. Okay. So the rest of our lamb skewers are cooking, so I'm going to get a start on the rice. Okay, so for my recipe, we are going to be cooking with ghee, which is clarified butter. I've never cooked with it before, so we are going to open it up. Oh, okay. Oh, this is what ghee looks like. I've never cooked with it before. Okay, so put a little bit of ghee in, and then we're going to save our omelette for later. So it's just a teaspoon, half a tablespoon of ghee. We're going to put that in there. Like that. Ghee gives it a different type of flavour. And we'll just get the whisk it. So just whisk it up like that. And we will pour it in. To our block. So just move the ghee around. And we just pour that in there. And move that around like that to do a thin omelette. Okay. And then we're going to put that on a plate. So we get it out and save it for later. And what you do is you just cut it up and put it into the rice. How's it smell, lovey?
Pretty good.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Hungry.
Okay, so the omelette is cooking here. Just move around. See how it's moving around in the wok? You might pour it. Like that. Might see if I can flip it maybe. There we go. So that's that. So we've flipped it. I'm going to turn the gas off. And we will put it in on our plate for later when we cut it up and put it in our rice. So there you go. That's what it looks like. How about that? We'll put it over here for later. Okay. So we'll put a little bit more ghee in and we'll put the spot. First of all, I'm going to cut up an onion. A red onion, you put a red onion in it. We're going to put another teaspoon of turn the gas on.
A teaspoon of turn the gas on.
Turn the gas on, put a teaspoon of ghee in it. Okay. There we go, so put the ghee in it. Feels weird, I've never cooked with it before. Feels very strange. Okay, so we're going to put the onions in. This. Look at our onion in. clove of garlic. What just dropped there?
Your cumin seeds.
Okay. So 1 clove of garlic, diced. Have to look at the recipe because this is the first time I've made this.
See, can I turn them over while still filming? This is the question.
Yes, can you turn it over?
What?
Can you?
Pretty hard to do it while you're watching it through a camera.
Do you want me to do it for you, Lovey?
Probably would be best.
I'm going to come over and turn these skewers. Sorry, Carolyn.
So I turn the one on that side.
Okay, so these ones to be turned. I think they're nearly done. Okay, so we've got our garlic in, and now we put our spices in, which is we put some curry leaves.
Do they stay in or do you pull them out later?
No, they stay in according to the recipe. So they say
I don't know,
about
I've never really used them.
10 curry leaves.
Oh, that smells good.
Smells good, doesn't it? Got 10 curry leaves here. Okay,
I thought
so
they might be like bay leaves where you take them out.
we have a teaspoon of each. So they have a teaspoon of, where's my teaspoon gone? Where's he gone? Okay, so we've got a teaspoon of each. So we have a teaspoon of turmeric. We have a teaspoon of coriander seeds.
Cumin seeds.
And then we have a teaspoon of coriander. And a teaspoon of Garam masala. Okay, and then we stir everything in. Oh, can you smell that?
I think you're sucking all the smell away.
And then we put in our cauliflower. And we cook it for 2 to 4 minutes, so we're going to turn it down a little bit. And we'll put the lid on it. And then we'll cook that for 3 to 4 minutes. And we'll come back to the skewers and we'll check how they're going, and we'll put those in the oven with the others. So we'll see you in 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so we've been cooking it for about 4 to 5 minutes now. Carolyn wants to come over and lift the lid so you can have a look how it looks. Where the steam.
Well, that's why I was waiting.
So now the cauliflower softened and nice and golden. Now we put in our rice. About 3 cups, a little bit more. I might put a few more rices in because...
A few more rices.
I'll put a bit more rice in because... But this is enough for about 4 people here. But we've got 6 eating rice today, so... And I want everyone to have a generous bit. Hey, Carol.
Don't want people going hungry.
So this is how I do it. So see how even the rice is changing colour because of the spices? Okay. Oops. We'll put our frozen peas in, which will add some liquid to the pot. About a cup of frozen peas. Put the lid on it. Why we cut up our omelette. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Okay. So we'll put the lid on it, and then we're going to cut up our omelette and put our spinach leaves in, about 100 grams of spinach leaves. And they don't take long at all. They just wilt straight away, basically. So we'll just get our omelette that we made before. We'll put this all over here and you roll it and then cut it just like this. Roll it like a cigar. And then you get your little knife. Turn it up the right way, people. Because if you roll it, it sort of goes into, see how it's into little strips, Carolyn?
Yep.
And put that in at the last minute. How's it smelling here?
Delicious.
Smells good, doesn't it? Okay, that's for later, but later. Okay, so we'll come over here and have a look at our rice again. Now you leave the curry leaves in it. Okay, so the peas, and then we will put in our spinach leaves. Grams, a couple of handfuls of spinach leaves, like that. Stir it through. Put the lid back on.
You put the omelette in at this stage?
Yep. And the omelette in, and then we serve it when the cabbage or the spinach leaves on top have wilted. That through. Oh, sorry, lovey.
Attacked by lunch.
Attacked by lunch. Okay, so we're back. This is what our rice looks like now. See how the spinach has wilted? So we'll turn that off the heat. We'll turn that off now. We'll just give it a, how's that look?
Delicious.
Nice.
Sounds good.
All right, so we'll just put the lid back on it. And we're going to serve up right this minute. So we've got our skewers under foil. So as I said, 2 skewers per person.
Can you put the foil down so people can see? Thank you.
So 2 skewers per person, like that. And some rice. Here we go. Is that enough rice for you, Carolyn?
Probably.
Here we go. And that is what's tea for Tracey. Indian fried rice with tandoori lamb skewers. So I'll see you soon. Take care. Everyone, look after each other and have a good week what's left of it. See you later.